Hello and welcome everyone to AABN's 109th weekly webinar. I am deeply honored to present myself before you as a humble representative of AABN. It is great to see you all online on a Sunday morning. Through these webinars, AABN just did not keep our entrepreneur community engaged, but also enabled to meet a range of inspiring people who can help shape your thoughts and ideas. AABN has been engaging you with the objective of helping you hit the refresh button on emerging trends on a range of topics. The AABN, as you all know, is an umbrella front of entrepreneurs from across the globe. We have an awesome speaker with fresh perspectives on soil-free farming, an unconventional route to success. Let us extend a very warm welcome to our eminent speaker, Mr. Tushar, to this interactive business networking session. Our current agricultural system is up to a huge task by 2050. We will need to increase food production by about 70% in order to meet the caloric needs of a global population of approximately 10 billion people, 68% of whom are projected to live in urban areas. If we were to project linear growth in yield from our agricultural output from the past 5 decades, we would be nowhere near achieving this kind of growth by 2050. The number of resources used by traditional agriculture is astronomical. With most crop production already pushed to its ceiling, both genetically and chemically, intensification and the expansion of land used for food production have been seen as the only viable option to meet this growing food demands. Globally, 70% of water usage goes towards agricultural production, largely due to unsustainable irrigation practices. Survey of reasons why we must find alternative to current agriculture system to meet the growing demands for food is far from exhaustive. Hydroponic farming offers a solution to many of the detriments of our world's current agricultural problems. Traditional farming has remained mostly unchanged for centuries. Today, there are certain new methods that are giving businesses within the food industry more options. We believe hydroponic systems are the farms of the future, allowing us to practice great amounts of healthy fruits and vegetables to sustainably feed a growing population on a large scale. Humans are now up against a myriad of new demanding issues that are leading dramatic change to our global lifestyles, climate change, hazardous infectious diseases, increasing urbanization, and the depletion of natural resources. Hydroponic farming has strong potential to mitigate the threats these issues pose to our agricultural system. Today we have Mr. Tushar from Rice Hydroponics. Rice Hydroponics company have in-house facilities for all the equipment, biotech nutrients, agronomy, automation, grow lights, and buyback of produce. Rice hydroponics is dynamic in the modern agriculture field of soilless farming. Rice hydroponics is a rising dynamics in the modern agriculture field of hydroponics. They are committed to spread the use of hydroponics method of agriculture across India. They help you to build nature-friendly and commercially viable, profitable methodology of agriculture, that is hydroponics. With the advent of excessive use of pesticides and deteriorating farm output quality, it has never been a better time to start a farming business using modern methods like hydroponics. With these few words, before I hand over the floor to Mr. Tushar, let me once again extend a very warm welcome to all and reiterate that our AABN's doors are always open to those who might want to strengthen our work with their suggestions. I also wish to place on record a deep commitment to work tirelessly as a team to carry forward our goals in a constructive, gratifying way. I would like to thank Ms. Kushali for her support to connect us to Rice Hydroponics and also for the excellent coordination to make this happen. Thanks, Kushali, and over to you, Mr. Tushar.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction, Gopi sir. And I would like to start by thanking you and the complete Annamalai Alumni Business Network and all the members of your alumni who have taken the time out again on a Sunday morning to attend this session. And I hope I'll try to add some value and it brings some kind of value to all the participants. I'll start by sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at Rise Hydroponics, we are working with a vision to make agriculture a sustainable and a profitable business. As we all know, and we have been seeing the past decades, lot of years that agriculture is something which is, not being profitable. The people who are into this business or farmers are, at a very bad situation. They are not able to even get back the money that they have invested by taking loans from different lenders. Forget about making profits. So that is the vision that we are working with. We want to make agriculture a profitable business, and at the same time, we also want to provide all the people, that is us, of the country and around the world, with a healthier choice of food and with a pesticide free option of food, wherein you are able to eat and consume all the different kind of fruits and vegetables without thinking about what kind of contamination it has or what kind of harmful chemicals or pesticide it has. If I talk about, a lot of specific states or specific locations, for example, Punjab. So Punjab, there is a very, very high usage of pesticides and chemicals. And if you go there, you will find that almost every house has at least one person who is suffering from cancer. There is a special train being run from Punjab to, I think there is some famous hospital, like, and I think in Tamil Nadu only, where the name of the train itself is cancer train or something like that. So because of the harmful chemicals that they have been using, it has got into our food chain and it is affecting us a lot. And so the if I talk about a short-term mission that we are working with, is that we want to cover at least 200 acres in soilless and protected cultivation using very less or harmful chemicals without any kind of pesticides. By the end of 2025, we want to cover around 200 plus acres, and we have already covered somewhere around 30-40 acres, and we plan to cover more, around 40 acres by this year end 2023. And so by that, we'll certainly be able to achieve our target of 200 plus acres. So we have been in this industry for around 6 years now. First, one and a half, 2 years were more of a self learning and self practice, wherein we installed your hydroponic systems on our own rooftop. We learned how the system works, what is the different technicalities of the same, what are the different kind of systems that we can use in hydroponics, what are the different kind of fruits or vegetables that can be grown, how to make the nutrition and all those different things. So we did that for around 1.5 years. After that, we got into consulting, and we got into community building and helping people who were doing hydroponics. So we did that for around again 1.5 to 2 years, wherein we guided a lot of hydroponic companies. We guided a lot of hydroponic commercial farmers as well with respect to different aspects of the technology. And after doing that, we started as an organization. We started Rise Hydroponics in April 2020. So we are a fairly young company. We are around 2.5 to 3 year old company, and these are the few locations that we have worked till now. We have covered almost 26 to 27 different cities of India. We have projects in Delhi NCR, your Ghaziabad, Noida. We have projects in different cities of Gujarat like Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Jamnagar, Junagadh, Vadodara, Surat. We have projects in Maharashtra like Jalgaon or Bombay, Mumbai. Then we also have projects in Karnataka, in Bangalore. We have project in Hyderabad, and we also have projects in MP. We are doing projects in Rajasthan. We are doing in Bhilwara. We are also doing projects in your Jammu Kashmir as well. So in the last around 2.5 years, we have covered more than 20 lakh plus square feet under soilless farming and protected cultivation. We have developed 35 to 40 large scale commercial farms around the country. And if we talk about what we are doing, so we do complete turnkey project development. We do outdoor hydroponics project development. We also develop indoor projects. We do soilless cultivation in grow bag with coco peat. We do complete polyhouse structure development. We have our own in-house indigenous developed auto fertigation, rice auto fertigation machine that we have developed. We have our own IoT automation systems. So all the farm that we make are completely IoT automated, and all our farmers or clients have they get a online dashboard or a mobile app wherein they can check the all the different aspects of the farm remotely as well, and manage the farm remotely too. We also work under joint venture or partnership model. We have small setups for home purposes. We provide agronomy services. We also do a lot of online and offline trainings. These are few brands that we use. Like we are direct distributors for Netafim. Netafim, one of the founders of Netafim, is the person who invented drip irrigation. It is a Israel-based company, around 60, 70-year-old company. We are distributors for Rizwan, which is a seed manufacturing company. It is based out of Netherlands. And like that, various other brands are also available. We are vendors at Big Basket, Star Bazaar, Waycool, Zomato, and few different places. These are some of our clients for whom we have developed hydroponics farms or whom we are providing any kind of hydroponics related services. So Hero Motocorp is one of our client. IFCO is one of our client. Then we have Konark Herbals, which is a stock market listed company, as one of our client. We have Rai University. It is a university in Ahmedabad as one of our client. We have the Pandit Deen Dayal Energy University as one of our client. So if I come to the topic is what is controlled environment agriculture? So as the name suggests, itself suggests that we are basically creating a controlled environment and then we are doing agriculture inside that. So what are the benefits of controlled environment is that we are able to get high yield in less time because the structure is completely protected from all the sides. It is packed. So the chances of insects or any kind of pests coming inside is very difficult. It's very rare. So again, the number of times or the pest control is very limited. You do not have to spray a lot of pesticides because pests are limited. Also, the water requirement in a controlled environment, agriculture, or a hydroponic system is very less because either we are working in a recirculating system in which the same water keeps on recirculating, or we are working in a drip irrigation type model. So again, only the amount of water that is required by the plant is what is used. Rest, if it is a recirculating, then the rest water keeps on recirculating, and only the plant, whatever the plant or the environment evaporates in the environment is what is decreased. Otherwise, it is like a very optimum usage of water, not like a typical traditional like where we are doing flood irrigation and thousands and lakhs of liter of water is just going to waste. Then we have automation. We are doing IoT automation in a lot of things. So the manual intervention is very less. Thereby, the chance of mistakes happening also decreases a lot. We are doing auto dosing or we are doing auto nutrition or fertigation management. So again, if the nutrients that is being provided to the plant is managed automatically through sensors and through algorithms, then again the chances of mistakes happening decreases a lot. And because there is a lot of automation, the requirement of labor in your hydroponics or protected cultivation is also very less as compared to your traditional farming. Because again, here we are working in automation, a lot of things are being automated. Then because we are not using any kind of soil, there is no soil, we are doing complete soilless farming. And we are installing a like a weed mat on the floor, so soil is separated only. So no diseases or no insects can also come from the soil. A lot of diseases that plant has, they are originated from soil itself. So there is no chance of soil borne diseases. And because it is a temperature controlled structure or a protected structure, we are able to also take year round production. Can someone confirm me what is it that you are seeing on the screen right now?
Rice hydroponics is the future of farming.
Okay, thank you so much. So if I talk about the structures, that there are majorly 3 to 4 different types of structures that one can go ahead with. And to decide what kind of structure you should go ahead with, you have to, there are 2 to 3 parameters for that. So one parameter is the kind of crop that you want to grow and what is the requirement of that particular crop, whether it needs low temperature, it needs low humidity, or it is okay with higher temperature, it is okay with higher humidity as well. And whether then second thing that you have to consider and understand is your particular location where you want to do this kind of farming. So what is the kind of weather conditions that you have, whether it goes like 40 45, even 47 48, it goes in summer, and what is the temperature at your place during winters, how much monsoon or how much rains you are getting. So depending on all those kind of factors, you have to decide the kind of structure you should go ahead with. So this is the first type. This is a fan and pad temperature controlled polyhouse. So majorly, if you are in a place where the temperature goes above 40, above 45, and you want to grow something exotic, you will have to go with a fan and pad temperature control structure. So through this structure, you can decrease the temperature inside your farm by around 12 to 14 degrees. So let's say if the outside temperature is 45 and you have a fan and pad polyhouse structure, so inside you will be able to achieve a temperature of somewhere around 31 degrees. So you have exhaust fans being installed on one side of the structure like this, as you can see on the screen. And on the other end, you have the cooling pads installed like this. So a lot of you would have seen these kind of cooling pads in big coolers or in some industries. So it is basically what happens is water is being supplied on these pads from the top. As you can see, there are these white pipes that are supplying water, and on the opposite end the fans basically pull the air from the outside, so the warm air comes through the pad, gets wet through the cooling pad, the water, and thereby the inside temperature decreases. Through it works on an evaporative method of cooling. You can also think of it as a very big cooler. So again, if your location is somewhere where you have very high humidity, then this kind of structure will not help it, because if there is already the water content in the air particles is high, then the temperature won't be getting reduced through this. So these are the kind of materials that are used to build this kind of structure. We use 300 GSM above zinc coated GI, that is galvanized iron, to build this kind of structures. And all the pipes are in 2 mm thickness, and then different depending on where each pipe is going to be installed. Depending on that, the OD of that is decided, whether it is used for foundation or it is used as a column or it is used as a arc or the W that you are seeing on the screen. So depending on the location and depending on the strength required for the same, we decide the thickness and we decide the OD of each pipes. Then this is your shade net, which is installed inside the structure to give shade to the plants so that direct sunlight does not hit them. This is your exhaust fan. So it comes in various sizes, like 54 inches, 36 inches, 24 inches. So again, depending on what is the exact kind of requirement as per your location and as per your crop, you are able to decide these kind of things. This is your air circulating fans, air circulation fans. So it comes in various options of 5 blades, 6 blades, 7 blades. It is basically installed inside the farm like this on top. It is hanging from the top. So the main purpose of this is to rotate the air inside the farm and also manage the humidity. That is the main purpose of this. And this is your cooling pad that we saw earlier. So it comes in various heights of 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, and also The thickness also varies, like it comes in 4 inches thickness and 6 inches thickness. So again, if you are, let's say for example, you are in Gujarat or Rajasthan or even Delhi NCR, where the temperature, hits above 45. So at such kind of places, we go for a 6 feet and 6 inch kind of cooling pad. But if you are in a location where, let's say, probably somewhere in Bangalore, where the temperature does not go above 40, we can also go with a 4 feet height and a 4 inch thickness. So depending on the location and the kind of weather conditions, these are all the different things that can be altered and have to be. Once it is installed, this is how it looks. From the top, the water is supplied, and from the bottom, the same water is recollected back to the system and it goes back to the same tank. And there is a submersible motor that is installed there. It again pumps it back to the system. So it again keeps on rotating. There is no wastage of water as such as well here. These are your foggers. This is hanging from the top. Again, this is used to manage the temperature as well as the humidity. When the temperature goes above 35 or goes above 40, we can use the foggers for like 5-10 seconds at one go, and it will decrease the temperature inside the farm. Or if the humidity is also very less, like if it is below 50 or below 45, below 40, we can again use these kind of foggers to increase the humidity. An ideal humidity for hydroponics or for farming is somewhere in the range of 60 to 70%. And this is your insect net that is again used in a polyhouse structure. This is your UV stabilized polythene or polyurethane material is used to make this. It comes in two options of 5 layer or 7 layer. It is UV stabilized and it has a thickness of 200 microns, and it has anti-drip features. It has your anti-fog features. It has anti-sulfur feature as well. Then it also comes with IR cooling. So different brands and different features are available in this as well. This is your weed mat that is basically put on the floor like this. So it is basically used to separate the soil or separate the land from your farm, the farming that you are doing, so that any kind of weed growth cannot happen inside the farm, and any kind of insects do not come and attack the plants or harm the plants in any way. This is how your trellising is done. So trellising is basically we hang your nylon ropes through different J hook, and that is basically the creeper plants are there. So they are able to use that as a support to climb up. These are the materials that is used by them. This is your overhead sprinkler, which is again installed on top of the structure outside the farm. It is used to manage the temperature. Like if it is extreme summer, then we can use this to spray water on the outside polyfilm, and thereby it will decrease one degree or 2 degree of temperature inside the farm. Also, it can be used to clean the polythene film that is installed in like every 1 month or every 2-3 months. We can use it to clean as well. This is your electric panel and controller. So all the electrical equipments that are installed or available in your farm, everything is being managed through this kind of electrical panel. There is all the wiring is done through this. There is all the MCBs, the controllers, your contactors, relay channels, everything is installed inside this. And you have the switch options as well on the outside, where we have three options. So, on the left, you are putting it on automation. In the middle, it is turned as off, and on the right side, if you turn it, then it is like manual on. And these are your NFT channels. So if I talk about the different growing systems in a hydroponic system, then there are different systems, like I'll show you. These are the different systems that are available in a hydroponics system in like different growing techniques. So you have the NFT system, which is a nutrient film technique. Under that, we have flatbed NFTs, we have A-frame NFTs, then we have a Dutch bucket system. And for coco peat based system, we have your grow bags, grow slabs, and trough system. So if you talk about NFT, we have the flatbed NFTs, which look like this, like the stands are completely flat. Then we have A-frame NFTs, which are looking like a A structure or a pyramid shape. And then we also have indoor vertical farms wherein they are basically installed with grow lights and it is one above the other. So your NFT channels are completely food grade certified. It is a UPVC material which is UV treated. It comes in various sizes of 100 by 50 mm, 100 by 55, 100 by 60, 100 by 80, 124 by 84. So like that, different sizes are available in the market. Again, depending on the kind of leafy greens or kind of crop you want to grow, depending on that and the kind of requirement of that particular crop with respect to the size of the above the roots and below the roots, depending on that size, you can decide the kind of dimensions of the NFT you would want. And always what we use is that we use openable NFTs, because if your NFT is openable, it is very easy from a managing point of view. And because if it is a closed NFT, just a second, I'll try and show you as well. And just a second, I'm trying to show you the sample. So this is a NFT channel, as you can see here. So this one is a openable NFT. So if I want, I can easily open it. And once in the future, like if I want to clean, it is easily accessible and it can be cleaned. But what happens if it is a closed NFT? So suppose this is your NFT. But if it is a closed NFT, what will happen is that cleaning it will become a big challenge, because take your first 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, it is okay. But after 6 months, when you have been growing regularly in that, water is flowing continuously, you have been growing different kind of leafy greens in this, what will happen is there can be a like accumulation of roots of the plant, or some kind of nutrient accumulation can be there, algae formation can be there, so you are not able to clean it properly, so in the long run it is more damaging. So this is a closed one, as you can see. There is no opening anywhere at, it will become challenging
Sorry
for
to
you to
interrupt.
operate.
We are not able to see the closed NFT model.
This is closed.
The screen is not visible. Maybe.
Now is it
Yeah.
visible?
Yeah. Now it is visible.
So this
Thanks.
is a closed NFT. As you can see, there is no opening anywhere. So like once it is installed, this is not accessible. Like this is not accessible. Only there will be holes here. So through that hole, you cannot put your hand or clean it. While if it is a openable one, so this is a openable one. So let's say this is a closed one. So from here, you cannot put your hand inside and clean. But if it is openable, you can clearly open it and then it all becomes accessible like this. You can easily put your hand inside or put any cloth or anything. You can use H2O2 and then we can clean it easily. So in the long run, it is very easy to maintain and it is certainly very hygienic as well. So always, if anybody is going for such a project, then you should make sure that your NFTs are openable and not closed like this one. So this particular one is a size of 100 by 50. If you see, it is written here as well. It is a 100 by 50 mm. And this one is 100 by 60 mm. So what happens in 100 by 60 is the space that the root gets is more comparative to the 100 by 50 mm. So again, I'll show you a few sample of the plastic as well. So the plastic, the polyurethane material that I was talking about before, that is used as the outer covering of the polyhouse structures. So again, there are various options of the plastic. So this particular one is a blue plastic. It is either used to grow your flowers or for your vegetables as well. The companies claim that it helps in reducing the temperature. So this is there. Then we have this kind of a yellow plastic. It is majorly used for your flowers like Dutch roses, anthurium, chrysanthemum, orchids. This yellow one is used. Then we have this uh, drip cool one. So this majorly is used for all kinds of vegetables. So this is like if I read the features, it is 200 microns anti-drip, 87% light diffusion, and 5 layered. And then we also have a clear film. So the difference between these two is that one is a clearer and one is like a milky kind of texture. So again, like what you should use is will also depend on the location and the weather conditions. So again, taking this example, if you are at a place like probably Uttarakhand or some place where you are getting very limited amount of sunlight or daylight, then you will go for a clear film wherein you are getting almost a lot of less diffusion and more transparency of the light so that the light passes easily. Whereas if you are at other parts of India where you are getting like a huge amount of sunlight, then you go with a diffused plastic. So all these are all different varieties that are available in the market. So as per your crop and as per your location, you have to decide on things like these. So coming back, as I was talking about NFT, so you can have these kind of wherein on the left side you can see it is a flatbed NFTs. On right side you can see it is a A-frame NFT, and this you can see it is like a double layer NFT as well. Now these are your Dutch buckets. So Dutch buckets are basically again I'll show you a sample. So ignore the things that are inside it, but this is how a Dutch bucket looks. So you have, we fill the Dutch bucket with clay balls. I'll show you what are clay balls. And you have this much amount of water at any given point of time inside the Dutch bucket. And whatever water exceeds this level, you will get the drainage from here. So if you again see that picture, you will able to understand and connect more. So here you are able to see that there is a inlet of nutrient water being supplied from the top, and at the bottom, the outlet point that I just showed you, there is a UPVC white colored pipe that is installed at the bottom to take the excess water out. So it is again working in a recirculating system, and then it is filled with clay balls which basically absorb the water from the bottom, and it helps the plant with moisture so that the root gets some kind of moisture and the nutrients. It is again UPVC and UV treated, and it is food grade certified. Once you put plants in this is how they grow and look. These are your aero towers. It is not very much recommended from a commercial standpoint, because we specifically talking about India, we also have to, localize everything and consider everything as per our conditions, like NFT as well. If I talk about NFT worldwide, what NFT means is that the NFT is generally tilted. It is always tilted. Like the NFTs is not like this, it will be like this. So what happens is that the water is never standing. The water always keeps on flowing. So to do that, you have to, keep running your motor, that is your pump, for 24 hours. You will be having to run your motor for 24 hours, 24/7, 365. So what happens is that your electricity consumption is very high. One. Second is that we are again in India. So at any given point of time, there can be load shedding. Your electric supply can go out for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, or even a day or two. So what will happen at that time? Because when you are building a farm or building a commercial project, you have to always be ready for the extreme and worst kind of situation and scenarios. So what will happen at that time is that the roots will not get water, it will not get your nutrients, and it will die because there is no water at that the roots are getting. So they will die like within 30 minutes or probably within 2 3 hours if it is not getting water. So to avoid that, what we do here in India, or at least what we do in our projects, as you can see on the screen, is that the NFTs that we install are like a flat. They are not tilted. They are at 180 degrees. So what happens that there is always, like a 5 mm of water that is present in the NFT at all points of time. So no matter if there is like electricity has gone out or your motor has malfunctioned or any other issue, the plant or the root zone is still getting water. It is still getting nutrient rich water, and it won't die. At least for 6 hours, 12 hours, 1 day, or even 2 day, it won't die because it has water. So that is one thing that we have to consider the Indian condition. And secondly, the electricity, we also have to keep our operational costs down. So if we keep the NFTs tilted, we will have to run it for 24 hours. While when we are keeping it like this, what we do is we run it in a cyclic timer. We like switch it on for around 10 to 15 minutes, and then we switch it off for around 20 to 30 minutes. So in a day, we are not running the motor for more than 9 hours. So we are saving, almost 15 hours of electricity each day. You multiply that with your 1 month and then 1 year, you will understand the kind of huge amount difference in terms of electricity saving and operational costing that you are decreasing. So we also, have to consider these factors. So coming back to aero towers, is that what I was saying, trying to convey is that because the structure design is such, so for aero tower specifically, we have to keep the motor on for 24 hours, because the design is such that the roots are suspended in air, and the water is being, if you see, there is a white colored UPVC pipe on the left side image. You are able to see the water is being supplied from the top. So at all points of time, the water is falling from the top and the roots are getting wet. So if that water is stopped for even 6 7 hours, the plant might die. Then this is your commercial RO plant that is installed. So again, depending on the kind of the quality of the water that you have available at your site, if it is like below 200, 300 TDS, then we can use that water only. But if the TDS of your location water is higher, like 700, 800 TDS or 1000, 2000 TDS, then we'll have to install this kind of commercial RO. This is the online dashboard, the IoT automation dashboard that you get, wherein you are able to see all the different data points at all given point of time, like what is the pH of the water, what is the EC of the water, what is the temperature of the water, what is the humidity of the farm, the temperature of the farm, then what are the different electrical equipments being run, and which is on, which is off. You can also manage them remotely. So no matter whether you are in Chennai or in Kolkata or in Bhopal, if your farm is in Bangalore, you are somewhere else, you are still able to get all the data on the tips of your finger, and you are able to manage as well through just a smartphone. This is your auto fertigation unit. So in your I'll come back to the auto fertigation. I'll cover the systems here. So this is again Dutch bucket. This is tomato that you are seeing on the screen. Then we have cocoa peat based farming, wherein we are the like previous ones what we saw were all recirculating systems. Your NFT is a water based recirculating system. Dutch bucket is again a water based recirculating system. Now we come to a different medium that we are using here. We are using cocoa peat to grow the different vegetables. So we are using grow bags. It is made up of LDPE material, and we are filling it with cocoa peat and a mixture of cocoa chips and perlite and vermiculite. And then we are growing different vegetables in this. Now, this is your grow slabs. So a grow slab is basically like a ready-made slab which is filled with cocoa peat. So in terms of labor work, your slab attracts less labor work while your grow bag attracts more labor work. Because in the case of grow bag, you have to buy the cocoa peat separately. You have to buy the bag separately, and then you put water on the cocoa peat. It will expand. Then you mix different things in that, and then you fill the bag, and then you put the bag inside the farm. So it is like a 4-step process. While in a slab, you just put the slab inside the farm, you connect the drippers and directly supply the water through the drippers, and then it will automatically expand there itself. So the labor work in a slab is less. Now this is your trough system in a vertical setup. This is your trough system in a horizontal setup. Trough is it is made up of HDPE material, and we can install it on the ground like this, and we can grow different kinds of fruits and vegetables. Or we can also install it like this in a vertical setup and grow this particular image that you are seeing. We are growing haldi or turmeric in a vertical design. And you can also go for this kind of structure wherein you are using vertical GI structure to grow your haldi, turmeric, or your adrak and all that. This is the automation dashboard that we saw. Now this is your auto dosing unit. So for the complete nutrition management, so through this machine, the nutrition is being managed. So if you see on the screen there, you are able to see three small tanks behind this board, so that those are basically concentrated nutrient solutions. And this white box that you are able to see, this is a controller with display of pH, water temperature, and TDS. And this machine that you are able to see, it is basically a dispenser which has parallelistic pumps and motors, which again, if you see on there are two pipes on each motor, and one pipe is going back to the tank that is present there, and then it is pulling in the nutrients from there, and then the second pipe is going to the right side where the main tank or the reservoir is there of the NFT system. So depending on the kind of values that you set on this white box, as per that, there are sensors installed inside the tank, which gives the reading back to the system as to what is the current situation, what is the current reading of the nutrient water, like what is the pH of the water, what is the EC or the TDS of the water. And then you set the value that you want here. And depending on that, it will automatically take in inputs from these tanks, and then it will mix it in that tank, the main tank. And this keeps on happening in real time. The main tank water keeps on recirculating through the NFTs. The plants in the NFT keep on absorbing the nutrients from them, and then whenever the sensor senses that the amount of nutrient in water has decreased from the level that had been set, it will again automatically pull in the nutrients from those concentrated solutions, and it will then mix it to the main tank. So this is how it will work in automation and real time. Now this is your auto fertigation machine that is used for your cocoa peat based systems. What you saw just before this was for a recirculating system, water based for NFTs and Dutch bucket. But if you're going for a grow bag or a grow slab or cocoa peat based systems, then you need this kind of auto fertigation machine, which through which you can manage. So through this machine, we are able to manage 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 acres, or even 4 or 5 acres of farm through one single place, and we are able to manage all of them. So on the right side again here, these blue tanks that you are able to see, these are concentrated solutions of nutrients. In the middle picture I'm talking about, and again in the middle picture on the left hand side, the white tank that you are able to see, that is your mixing tank. And this particular is the complete control panel with the PLC based touchscreen module. So depending on what kind of values we set on this touchscreen module, it will automatically pull in the nutrients from these tanks, and then it will mix it in this white tank. Again, there are sensors on the right side image. You are able to see the mixing tank. There are solenoid valves, and there are your sensors that are available there. There is a display as well here of the EC and the pH. So once the value, the desired value that we had set, once that is achieved, the mixing will stop. And again, on the leftmost image, you can see that there is a solenoid valves that are installed. So automatically, depending on what we had set in the PLC system, automatically that particular valve will open and that nutrition will go to that particular farm. So this is how this fertigation machine works. I'll try and show you a video also of the same so that it is more clear. 1 second. I hope you're able to see. So these are all the different solenoid valves that are, separated for each different sections of the farm. So this particular video is from a 4 acre project that we had done in Lucknow last year in 2021 December. So almost more than a year now. So all the different, we had divided the farm in different sections. Like inside one farm only, we have around 2 to 3 different options. So inside one single farm, we can grow 3 different crops, or we can grow the same crop in 3 different stages as well. These white tanks are your concentrated nutrient solutions, and at the bottom of this particular place there is a sump tank. So water is being taken from there. That white tank is your mixing tank. So it takes input from all these tanks, then mixes it on inside that tank. This is your electric panel, the complete automation, the PLC based touchscreen is there. And we can, also set like a weekly schedule wherein no matter whether you are available or at the farm or not, if you have set the weekly schedule, if there is water available, if there is like nutrition, the concentrated nutrition tanks are filled, and if your there is electricity in the farm, then automatically, because you have set like a weekly schedule, it will automatically, as per your given time, the machine will get on and the nutrient water will be supplied. So if I talk about what are the different things that you can grow, so you can grow different kind of leafy vegetables like your different types of lettuce like red oak, green oak, locarno, lolo rosso, kale, sage, thyme, oregano, parsley, basil, spinach, Swiss chard. Then you can grow in Dutch bucket or in a grow bag. You can grow colored capsicums, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, your yellow tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, Chinese cabbage, red cabbage, broccoli, zucchini, snacky bell peppers, all these kind of things can be grown. If you talk about Indian vegetables, then we can grow things like your eggplant, sponge gourd, okra, bottle gourd, your cauliflower, cabbage, beetroot, rich gourd, all these kind of things can be grown. And if you want to grow like your medicinal crops, then certainly medicinal crops can also be grown like your ashwagandha, ginger, haldi, tulsi, rosemary, shatavari, kalmeg, all these kind of things can also be grown. If you talk about fruits, we can grow strawberry, we can grow blueberry, we can grow watermelons, muskmelon. All these things can be grown in this. So we also have our own R&D setup or R&D farm in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, where at any given point of time, we and our team are constantly working on different kind of fruits and vegetables. How we can increase the basket or increase the varieties that can be grown through hydroponics or soil-less technologies. We are also working on increasing the output or increasing the production of the existing crops. Like if we are growing cucumbers and we are getting around 4 kgs per plant production. So how we can optimize that or improve that, increase that to 4.5 or 5 kgs per plant. We are working on how to decrease the nutrient cost or the operational cost. How, let's say, if currently we are incurring 10 rupees kg to grow cucumbers. So how we can decrease that from 10 rupees to 9 rupees to 8 rupees. Then we are also working a lot on different kinds of Ayurvedic crops and their essential contents and nutraceutical crops. So any Ayurvedic crop or nutraceutical crop is basically, it is priced by the amount of the active ingredients that are present in them. So if I talk about haldi, the how you define the price of haldi majorly is through the percentage of the curcumin content. Agar whatever haldi you are growing, if the curcumin percentage in that is 1% or 2%, you won't be able to sell it anything above 100 rupees. I'm talking about B2B. If it is you are selling in bulk, you and your curcumin percentage is 2%, you won't get 100 rupees or more. But if you are again, growing haldi and the curcumin percentage is 5% or 6%, you will get around 150 to 170, 180 rupees a kg. But again, if you're growing haldi, you are getting around 8% or 10% or 11% of curcumin, the price of the same will increase till 300, 350 even per kg. So we are working on how to improve these kind of essential elements in different Ayurvedic crops, be it your kalmig, ashwagandha, shatavari, or haldi. So we also work under joint venture and partnership models. So your joint venture model is typically wherein, so what are the advantages is that you are getting a new business opportunity, you are getting excellent ROI, you are getting access to latest technology, you are working with us and our team who have years of expertise and domain knowledge in the field. We have a great talent and great expertise of marketing and management as well. We have the right amount of people and technical team, and we work with complete transparency and trust. So typically a joint venture is done when you want us to come together with us with you. You either you are too held up or too occupied in your other commitments, be it your you are a working professional, or be it that you have other businesses that you have to attend to. So then you want to do a joint venture with us. So in a joint venture, how we work is that you bring the land and you bring the investment along with the working capital, and then we will do all of the other things like setting up the project, keeping people there, managing your farm, doing the complete operations, the human resource management, the growing the fruits or growing the vegetables, doing the complete crop cycle management, doing the complete agronomy, the nutrition management, and then also the packaging, the logistics, and the sales marketing of the produce as well. And in a typically in a JV, how we work is that we work on a profit sharing model wherein 70% is for you and 30% is what we take. We also do a lot of hydroponics training wherein we provide online as well as offline trainings. So online trainings is something that you can just go to our website and you can take that. While your offline trainings are more of a physical training, and like we have a upcoming offline workshop on 28th and 29th of January. That is Saturday next weekend, Saturday, Sunday in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So it is a 2-day program. The first day is focused majorly on the your theory part, wherein we discuss all the technical aspects, we discuss all the operational aspects, the financial, what are the different systems that you can use, what are the different crops that you can grow, what are the different kind of structures that can be done, what is the structure that is suitable as per your location and as per your the choice of crop, then what is the investment like, what is the ROI, what is the subsidy if any, and then how to do the marketing and sales of the produce that you grow. So it is more of a theory based, and the second day is more of a practical based learning, wherein you visit our farm. You are experiencing it everything live. You do the germination yourself, you do the harvesting yourself, you understand how to do pruning, how to do the trellising, and all those aspects are covered in that. We also make and ship these kind of small setups or home planters, home setups, home kits, so which can easily be installed in your kitchen or in your balcony or on your rooftop. It starts from around 36 plant capacity, 36, 72, 108, 144. So different types of sizes and different types of plant capacity comes with different pricing. We have both the model of outdoor as well as indoor. Outdoor model is a simple one, while the indoor will have a grow lights installed it with them. We also have the small setups for a Dutch bucket system. These are a few pictures of some projects that we have built over the years. This is your indoor vertical farm. Generally, in India, we do not advise to go for indoor vertical farms because like what people here are doing is that they are just like everything other. We are always trying to ape the West or copy from the West. So again, but what we are not considering here is that the West or the rest of the world or places like UK, Canada, and different places, there are some issues that are not present in India. One of them is that the land availability in a lot of different countries is very less. Because of that, they have to go indoors and verticals. In India, that is not the case, at least till now, for doing farming at least. Then the second factor is that the electricity at these places is very cheap. But if you talk about India, comparatively, the cost of electricity is very high. Thirdly, the amount of sunlight or the daylight that a lot of different countries where indoor farming is practical or is being done is that the daylight is very less. They're only getting 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours of daylight. While in India, we are getting 12 hours, 14 up to 14 hours of sunlight as well. So it is something that is which is not very much required unless and until you are at a place which is very like the top left image that you are seeing, it is from a project that we did in Worli in Bombay. So Worli is a place which is like one of the most expensive places in the country. Probably it is right at par with the Connaught Place of Delhi. So it is one of the most expensive places of the country. There is no land there, and there is certainly a audience or a premium prime audience that is available at that location. So from that standpoint, making an indoor vertical farm at that location wherein you can call those people as well and show the farm, show the quality of the things that you are doing, the standards that you are maintaining, and it can be used from a marketing angle as well. So there it will make sense. But otherwise, because if I talk about the costing, I'll also come to the commercials now. So if I talk about the costing in typically in outdoor farm, your cost to grow 1 kg of lettuce is around 40 to 50 rupees. While if you are going for an indoor vertical farm, it goes up till 150, 170 rupees a kg. So your costing increases by almost 3 times. And if your costing is 150 rupees, you cannot do B2B. You only have to go for B2C or a D2C working as a brand. So I'll show you one more thing, just a second. So this is our harvest box. So this is something which we use to sell in a B2C model. So when you are selling in a B2C model, you need to have this kind of premium packaging so that you are able to attract the also the audience for these kind of vegetables or leafy greens is kind of a premium audience. So to attract them, you need to have a different kind of premium packaging as well. So now I'll come to the so again as we were discussing. So here you can see pictures of the harvest of cucumbers and colored capsicums. These are few awards and recognition that our team has received, few achievements. These are few pictures from some events that we have participated at. So it is very exciting to see young kids being. So we have been visited by a lot of school children as well. So it is great wherein we are able to guide them from such a early age, and certainly the next generation will be a lot brighter than the current ones. These are some of pictures of our team at various different site locations. We have offices, our head office is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, while we have working offices in Bangalore and Lucknow as well. So I'll now come to the commercials. This is the list of different things that can be grown. So if I talk about a fan and pad polyhouse structure with a complete flatbed NFT system along with your auto dosing or auto nutrition management along with complete IoT automation. So the project cost is around 32 to 33 lakhs. In a 560 square meter, you get around 10,000 plants and you can expect a per cycle yield of around 1200 to 1300 kgs while your per kg costing is in the range of 40 to 50 rupees. And so yearly you will get around 12,000 to 13,000 kgs in production. Total expense will be around 7 lakhs. And if you consider average selling price of around 150 rupees, you will have a revenue of around 22 lakhs minus 7 lakhs. You can expect anywhere between 14 to 15 lakh rupees in net profit. So again, as you will increase the size because of economies of scale, the cost will decrease and your margins will increase. If you go for an indoor farm, which is we do not advise it a lot. Now this is your calculation for a naturally ventilated polyhouse structure with your so sorry, I think I missed the structure part. I'll come back to it quickly. So we discussed the fan and pad polyhouse structure, the temperature controlled one. Now this is your naturally ventilated polyhouse. So as you can see on the screen, there are no exhaust fans or cooling pads present in this, which can help to decrease the temperature. It is just natural ventilation. There is a rolling curtain option that is available there. So this curtain is something that you can roll up or down depending on, like if it is summer time or very hot, we can just roll this curtain from all the sides. So there is still an insect net present there. So any kind of insects or anything won't come inside, but the air can easily pass through. And if it is raining or if it is like a very cool like a winter season, then we can take the this curtain down so that the water does not go inside, or we in your winters we are able to manage some kind of heat as well inside. So this is how this structure looks like. This is your sand filter that is used after the borewell. So once the water comes from the borewell, it goes to this sand filter, and after it has been filtered from this, it goes to, depending on the TDS. If the TDS of your water is good enough, then we will directly take into the storage tank. And if it is not, like in Gujarat, here you won't find water below 1000 TDS at most locations. So here for us, it is mandatory to have a RO. So from here, it goes to the RO, then the RO filtration happens, and then the water comes back to the storage area. These are your grow bags, and bottom side, these are your grow slabs. On top, you can see a black pipe that is laid on the ground. So it is a online drip irrigation system. On that, we have installed a PCJ, that is a pressure control junction, and on that we have a manifold with four-way. And from that, there is a micro tube that is going out, and then the white color you can see it is a aero dripper. So through that, it ensures that the nutrient water goes directly inside the grow bag and it is supplied directly in the root zone. And through this method, there is an even distribution of the nutrients. Now, this is your third type of structure, which is like a shade net house or a net house. In this, as the name itself suggests, that it is just made up of net. There is no plastic usage as such anywhere. So again, depending on your location, like if you are at a place where you get very heavy rains, or the rains last for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, then it is not advisable for you to go for a net house, because in case of net house, because it is just made up of net, the when it rains, the water will come inside. So that will that can harm your plant, not it will not harm a lot to your plant, but it will make your operations and management inside the farm a bit difficult. But if you are in a place like Gujarat or Rajasthan where you get very less amount of rains and the summers are extreme, then in that case you can use a net house as well. But like as of now, due to global warming, the weather has become very uncertain. This year we got floods here. So it is very difficult to understand the weather as of now. And as per that, we have to always consider the kind of structure which will give us the most number of seasons. So coming back to the financials as I was discussing. So if I consider the example of 1 acre from the screen, so the cost of your 1 acre project is around 60 lakhs. And we are considering, just a second, I'll show you different screen. I hope you are able to see the Excel sheet here.
Can you make it slightly bigger?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll consider the example of 1 acre. So the project cost is around 57.5 lakhs. Uh, if you are going for subsidy, this is calculation as per that. There is a bank loan that you can go for. So you can get a maximum of 75% of loan on your project cost. And there is a subsidy of around 25 lakh rupees in a 1 acre project. We have considered here like a less optimistic figure of 23.5. So your upfront capital is around 14.5 lakhs and net capex is around 34 lakhs. So your number of cycles yearly, we have considered color capsicum as the crop that we are growing. So in a year, we can like your color capsicum cycle is around 8 to 9 months. And in 1 acre, you are able to have around 12,000 plants. And each plant will give you around 3 kgs of production. So total production becomes around 35 to 36,000 kgs. And we have considered a average yearly average sale price of rupees 100. So the price of color capsicum ranges from around 70-80 rupees till 200-250, depending on the kind of season, the demand supply it has. So it varies as per that. And we have considered average of 100 rupees. So your net revenue becomes around 36 lakhs and these are your operational expenses. So your seed cost is around 72,000. Your labor cost is around 3.24 lakhs. Your nutrient cost is around 4 lakhs. Your electricity and packaging cost is around 1.5 lakhs. Your employee cost is around 2.6 lakhs. Your farm maintenance. So like in your structure, the life of the structure is around 10 to 15 years, but the plastic that we are putting on top of the poly cover, that we have to change after every 4 years. So that cost as well we have considered as an expense here as farm maintenance. And the coco peat as well you have to change after every 2 to 3 cycles. So again, that cost also has been considered here as a farm maintenance cost. Then the interest on loan will also be there. So we have considered the interest on loan amount. So total expense becomes around 17 lakhs. And you had a income of, so 36 minus 17, you have an income of around 18 lakhs in 9 months from one cycle of capsicum. So after that, you can either go for a replantation of capsicum only, or you can also go for a one cycle of English cucumber. So one cycle of English cucumber is around 3 to 4 months. So 8 to 9 months for capsicum and 3 to 4 months of cucumber is 1 year. So from one cycle of cucumber, you can expect around 3 to 3.5 lakh rupees in net profit. So total around 20 to 22 lakh rupees is what you can expect as a net profit from 1 acre of naturally ventilated polyhouse along with your grow slab or grow bag with coco peat setup. And same thing if you are going without subsidy, your ROI period will be a bit more because kind of your investment remains the same and you're not getting any kind of subsidy. So generally you are able to get around 2 to 3 years as your PVP in a without subsidy case and around 2 years as your PVP in a subsidy case. These are some list of projects that we have done till now. We are also some of our upcoming projects are 3 acre JV in Porbandar, Gujarat. We are doing a 4 acre joint venture in Bihar. We are doing a 15 acre joint venture near Noida in Jewar. Then we are doing a 4 acre project in Nasik in joint venture model. We are also doing few projects internationally, wherein we are doing a project in Oman. We are doing a project in Africa, one in Abu Dhabi and Canada as well. These are pictures of some of our projects. This is a picture of our own farm that we have in Ahmedabad. So yeah, now we can open up the session for question and answers. If any of you have any questions, you can raise your hand and we can take them one by one, or you can also drop them in the chat box.
Thank you, Tushar, for the outstanding session.
Thank you.
I hope all of us had a lot of good takeaways from it. Now, as you said, we will keep the floor open for question and answers. Participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions, please. Yeah, you can unmute and ask your questions, please.
Hello.
Yeah, go on, Mr. Amar.
Yeah, hello, sir. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Tusharji, just wanted to have one clarification. When you say 70 and 30%, okay, so that means how much investment means you contribute, and what would be the modality, and what is the profit sharing in that case? Although you have explained, but I just want a little bit elaboration on that.
So there is no investment from our side. The investment is being done from your side. But in a JV, what we do is the cost of the project that we generally have is more or less than compared to our JV than your normal projects. It is lesser for you.
Okay. So if you are saying, say, suppose 60 lakhs per acre, so if we make a JV, then in that case it will be lesser than that. That's what you are saying.
Yes, sir. It will be 1.6 CR for 3 acres in a JV, not 1.8.
So when you say JV, so you are not investing in the project, but what about the risk? Means when we from the inception till we go into the market and complete those cycles till the time we get the payback. So how you are associated with the people, means like that. You are getting my point.
Yes, yes, sir. So see, sir, in a JV, one thing is firstly that the cost that we are doing the project is again very less. Secondly, if you are going for a, let's say, a 3 acre JV, will help you to get around 60 to 70 lakh rupees in subsidy. We will do the complete end-to-end process for the subsidy. And again, in a 3 acre project, you will have somewhere around 60 to 70 tons of GI, whose value is the scrap value of which is around 50 lakhs. So you are getting 70 lakh in subsidy, 50 lakh rupees you are getting in the GI, the scrap value, not the original value. So 1.2 CR you have at your own hand. And after that, you are doing JV with us because you want to get that expertise. And so certainly, like why we do not go for a a standard pay this fixed model or like a buyback schemes is that largely in India, no buyback schemes majorly have been successful, because what happens in a buyback is that let's say we agreed ki whatever produce will be there, I'll buy at 70 rupees a kg. And once you start producing, and let's say in the market it is being sold at 50 rupees or 60 rupees, what the person does is that he will say ki your quality is not good, or this is the issue, that is the issue. They will not buy from you. And when the market rate is, let's say, 100 rupees or 120 rupees, you yourself won't want to sell it to them, because you are seeing it that in the market it is selling for 1.5 times the rate. So you will not give it to them. So that is one reason why buyback schemes have failed largely. And that is why we want to work in a model wherein let's whether we are selling it for 150 rupees or whether we are selling it for 60 rupees, we want to be it like a even play field wherein we both will share that profits.
Got it. But in that case, do you facilitate the marketing? Like, see, if you are doing that, and if it is a exotic or premium kind of product, or definitely when we are doing with such an investment, so we are not going to sell it to APMCs and all those things. So,
Mhm.
do you facilitate, or do you what is say support in getting the platforms for actual selling, whatever may be the price?
Mhm. So we do the complete sales and marketing in a JV, wherein you do not have to. Certainly, if you want, you can help us with that. You have any link, you can always pitch in. But it is completely our responsibility, and we have that kind of tie-ups with brands like Big Basket or Star Bazaar, and with Zomato. We are also in talks with Grofers, Swiggy, and even Reliance for regular kind of buyback for regularly supplying them different materials.
Thanks. I might connect with you later. So once you share the contact, so
Sure, sure. I'll drop my contact details in the chat box. So any one of you who want to discuss anything at length, you can always connect with me directly as well.
thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Participants, you may ask your questions, please.
Yeah, one question. This is regarding the R&D you have. In that R&D, do you are you exploring GM seeds to get higher yield?
No, sir. Like in India, GM seeds are, I think, not allowed. It is banned.
Yeah. No, in these other countries where they are using this same methodology, like in Netherlands and other places, are they using GM seeds? That's what I'm asking. Not in India, but in other countries.
A few countries, I think, are using, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure specifically which countries are using and which aren't. But majorly, I think a lot of countries have banned genetically modified seeds.
Okay, because of this, right. And this subsidy and without subsidy, why there is a difference like this? Like it is not given for all kinds of crops, subsidy? Or is it selective subsidies?
Difference on what?
No, subsidies. You showed two tables, one with subsidy and one without subsidy. So why this difference is there?
Difference is like it is based on you whether you want to go with a subsidy based project or you want to go without a subsidy based project, because to take subsidy there are two major rules. One is that your land should be an agriculture land, and second is that you have to take a bank loan. So a lot of people in the country do not have a agriculture land, so they are maybe forced to go with the without subsidy model as well. So that is the one reason. Secondly, a lot of people are also are not able to take out bank loans.
Okay. And since also like now the land sizes are decreasing because of like when the land is passed from generation to generation, the next so the land sizes are reducing. So I think this system will be very useful in those areas, right?
Yes, yes, sir, certainly.
Okay. Thank you. Your
Thank
phone
you.
number is all available in the website?
Sanjay
Yes,
sir,
you,
I'll give you, sir.
Okay, sir.
yeah,
Thank
you
you.
can Google us, Rise Hydroponics. Will find us, our website, YouTube, Instagram. Present.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Amarji, tell me, sir.
Yeah, quick question. Do you do any, what is a physical survey? Means if suppose we want to explore the option, so
Mhm.
can your team come and see what is feasible? Means can you do the feasibility?
Yes, yes, sir. For any project before starting, our team does the site feasibility study and survey.
Because we have land in somewhere in North Maharashtra, and we are having a lot of water scarcity. So in that case, how feasible that would be? So we just want to get it checked. So
Sure, sir. So I have just dropped in my number. You can note it down, and after the session, we can connect on a phone call and we can discuss the same.
okay. And one last question: can we claim this as a organic farming, or it is not organic farming?
No, sir. In India, the definition of organic is based on soil. So we are doing soilless farming. So as of now, as per the definition by the government of India, this does not come under your organic. But if I talk about worldwide, the hydroponics and soilless farming has been given the of organic farming in your USA, Canada, UK, lot of countries it has been given. And specifically, if I talk about, there is nothing as organic. What is organic in India might not be organic in US. What is organic in US might not be organic in UK. So there is no standardized thing as far as organic goes. But how the world around, how every this kind of things work is like when you are exporting any kind of vegetables or fruits or anything, is that they measure the residue. So there is a COA, there is a certificate of analysis that is being done with respect to anything that you export. So if there is no residue, or if there is no heavy metals, or if it is within the permissible limit, so that is what, or that is how the measurement is done, whether your produce has heavy metals or whether it has lead or not, whether there is any residue or not. So whatever we are growing in hydroponics or in soilless farming, it is residue free and it is within the permissible limits. So I hope that answers your question.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, got it. Very clear. Okay, thanks.
Is it
One
also
question.
is
Yeah.
it also because of the turmeric, like when you mentioned about the haldi, that is the that curcumin percentages are different. So is it because that in the soil nutrients are more, and in hydroponics the whatever nutrients which you are providing with, I mean the liquid form or whatever in dissolved form, uh, that makes the nutrient different from the soil one. So is it because of that it is not organic in India?
No, sir, it is not because of that. Because, like, our government is a bit advanced, so we take time to define anything. So as of now, hydroponics and soilless farming, there is nothing defined as such. So there is no rules or regulations as far as now. We are in talks with NHB, that is the National Horticulture Board of India. It is the central government authority, and we are trying to we are trying to get the subsidy included for hydroponics. Like as of now, if you are going for an NFT farm, there is no subsidy. So we are in talks with them, and probably by next FY, there will also get subsidy for NFT farms. So like step by step, maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, hydroponics or soil-less farming will also be considered under organic.
So basically the nutrients content, whether you, go for hydroponics or in soil, it's same, right?
There are like the soil, when you are going for soil-based farming, the fertilizers that you use are synthetic fertilizers, whereas here we are using lab-grade fertilizers. So it is like the purest form that can be available.
So, so in other words, hydroponics, the nutrients will be better than the soil ones.
Yes.
Okay. And secondly, just reduce the operational cost, over these poly houses, can't we have solar panels on the top and then run the system like that? So the area is also saved, and operational cost in terms of electricity is also reduced. That possibility is there.
There is a possibility, but to design that and to install that is a challenge.
Okay.
But certainly it can be done. And there, I have seen few projects internationally where it is being done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Shanti Shivakumar, can you please unmute and ask your question, please?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, go on.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, go on, Revati.
Sir, I'm Revati. I'm calling from Dindigul district, Nilakota, sir. I'm doing manual vermicompost. So how you can help for us? For later only this meeting. So I'm joining at 11:30 only. So past is more you're talking, I am hearing. So later you can your speeches are hearing. So it's a hydrophonic you're telling like that is a good presentation, sir. So how I can help for you? I'm doing a vermicompost and to a hydroponic also. If we have more land or I have only myself, we have 74 cents only I having. But I have agricultural land, but we don't do anything else. It's land is having. So what we can help for me? Sir?
Ma'am, your voice actually broke a lot. So if possible, I have dropped my
Sorry, sir.
contact
Sir,
number.
Sir, hello. Sir, is it clear, sir? Hello.
No, ma'am.
Hello,
I have
sir. Is
dropped
it
my
clear?
contact number. After the session, you give me a call. We'll discuss.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning. This is Shanti Kumar. Yeah, this is Shanti Kumar from Chennai. It's a nice session. Actually, you was talking about commercials of soilless cultivation. What about hydroponics? That is NFT or Dutch bucket. Can you please explain it?
I covered that as well.
Oh, okay. Later on, very late I joined, so I think I missed it.
Yeah, I'll show you. So this is for your NFT base. You can start with around 560 square meters. In that you will have around 30 to 40 lakh rupees of investment. You will get annually around 13,000 kgs of production of leafy greens.
Okay.
And if you are able to sell it for 150 rupees average selling price, you will be making a revenue of 22 lakhs. Your operational costing will be around 7 lakhs. So net you will be able to make around 14 to 15 lakhs.
Have you done any projects in South India?
We have done project in Bangalore and in Hyderabad.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ramprasad, go on, Ramprasad.
Yeah, namaste, good morning to everybody. I'm Ramprasad from Bangalore. I'm basically a mechanical engineer who was in the solar line and all. Now, basically, because of this organic requirement that is coming in abundant. I'm little associated with this cattle farming and all. So their growing of grass on a different level is one challenge that we have, where we want to make the ghee and other things more natural and more organic. Then the next thing is, if hydroponics, I'm associated with a couple of security agencies where on the rooftop there are abundant places available. So if you have any models in Bangalore which can be showcased, so that can be taken up, because we have to nearly up to about 100 rooftops available where it could be considered on whatever levels that you all feel is right.
Sure, sir. So we have a farm near airport in Devanahalli.
Okay.
So maybe after the session, we can connect on a phone call and
Yeah.
plan for your visit there. We have a team as well there. So they can help you to visit that farm, and from there we can take it ahead.
Yes, yes. Yes, that will be fine, because I also have a lot of this NRI people who have a lot of land and they don't know how to use that. So if there is a win-win situation where it can be taken up on a long-term basis, I'm sure that also could be worked out.
Certainly, certainly, sir. We can have a win-win situation.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You can share your contact number with me on the chat box and
I will put that right.
ping me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Actually, it'll be a win-win situation because most of your ROA payback is coming in 2 to 3 years. There are lands which are left for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So this is definitely a good opportunity.
SRS, sir, any questions, sir?
Yeah, sorry, I was going to ask you, have you done any project with aquaponic?
Hello?
Hello.
No, sir. We have not done any commercial project as of now in aquaponics.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, but if you want, we can do. We also have a partner with whom we are working in Qatar, and they are like doing aquaponics in Qatar and also in Kerala. So we could work something out like that.
Tushar, he has joined us from Australia.
Yeah,
I'm doing aquaponic as a hobby, in my backyard.
Okay, very nice, sir.
One last question. In these, anything to be imported or everything is indigenous for this setting up this hydroponics?
So you don't have to import anything. We have already done all of that, and majorly like almost 90-95% of it is made in India. Few things are imported from other places.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? Anybody else has a question? May please unmute.
One more question.
Yeah, please.
This is Shanti again. Is it organic can be made in this? I mean, can be grown in this?
Yes, ma'am. I already answered the organic question.
Is it possible?
So what is organic?
No, I don't want to know about this, whether it is organic. Is it possible? Can we use organic inputs into this NFT or Dutch bucket?
Yes, it is possible.
Is it commercially viable one?
You will have to try that to understand.
Okay.
I haven't tried.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we have come to the end of the session. Anybody else has a question? You may please unmute and ask. Mr. Tushar has already posted his contacts and the website details, the chat box. Participants, you may please take a note of the same, and you can get in touch with Mr. Tushar and his company directly. Thank you once again, Mr. Tushar. We had an excellent session today. And thank you very much for your support to be with us on a Sunday morning.
No,
missed
no,
you.
sir. It was an honor for being invited at this session and to be among all of you who are, working in different sectors and probably at their, you are at their peak of your careers and doing certainly very well at your respective domains. So it was an honor for me as well to connect with all of you and having had this opportunity. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sir.